Hey, hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so Leos, I wanted to first say happy full moon. We already did kind of a different way to celebrate. We did the red string of fate storyline for Leos. If you didn't catch it when it is in your Leo playlist, I'll try to remember to make it so it'll pop up at your on your screen at the end of this too, in case you missed it. But today is actually the full moon, and I just wanted to do a little touch base on what I always call the highly specific. It's kind of my favorite style of reading anymore. My favorite kind of stories are where we get to branch out and I go a little off book and go with other ideas that pop into my head. And I'm just finding that I prefer that. So in honor of the full moon, knowing that the full moon brings up things that have been hidden, what's the little details that might be being illuminated? We've got a Hierophant. We've got the Lovers. I was going to say Leo is ready to have a home. Leo's ready for a lover. Leo is ready to be somebody's husband, wife. This is not a message for a single Leo. This is a Leo who is realizing I am so ready for companionship, partnership, some like awesome Marvin Gaye music playing in the background, some slow dancing in the kitchen, some kind of sweet, sweet kisses. And I would say Leo has been getting little messages here and there from their guides saying, it's coming, right? It's coming. I feel like Leo has this desire all of a sudden to like clean their house a little bit, even to the point of like Leo might be throwing out old clothes that they never wear or that are, like we all have a drawer of like, for some reason, missing socks, holy socks, our shredded old stained clothes that we don't wear anymore, but we just couldn't get rid of. I feel like Leo is getting rid of stuff to make room in a drawer for a new person that is going to be in their life. Also, I think somebody has striped socks on. Whomever Leo's person is could be wearing a striped tie when Leo meets them, or like I say, some kind of stripes. They could actually have like bars, so that could indicate that they work like in like a military capacity, or something where like the bars or the colors denote something. They could be wearing a striped shirt as well, but we definitely have like either horizontal lines. I think it's mostly horizontal. I don't see vertical. I see all horizontal. I know it's a Christmas. I'm thinking of like peppermint stuff. Maybe somebody's dressed as like a crazy little elf costume, but I don't get goofy, even though we have court jester hats on. I'm picturing somebody who maybe has a real light-hearted personality, but they if we're talking about lines and bars, it's like they don't color outside the lines. This is either Leo is very clear on what they want. We have, again, these bars. Somebody could be baking a cake that's like 2 to 3 levels, or they're buying some kind of like holiday treat that looks, because I'm actually picturing a miniaturized something or other, but it's like 3 layers or has like, little frosting lines around it. Everything here keeps showing me like layers stacked, like pyramid style or cake layers. Almost like wedding cake, and this could be a card of marriage. Leo, somebody is wearing like a big medallion, or not big, but like maybe it's a St. Christopher's medallion. It could be, maybe they are Catholic. Maybe this is like a medallion that has something to do with Catholicism, or there's something here. I know I should just say it's in the face of Taurus here. It's a symbol of Taurus, but that's not how my eyes see it. Lots and lots of orangey reds. I don't know if this is the color tone on somebody's, I can't picture if it's like decor in their house. Somebody has some kind of, maybe it's a painting that has like a sunset that's really orangey red, but it would be like a photo that they took that's where they were. Page of Cups. This full moon is bringing from the subconscious into Leo's like forefront of their mind. I am like ready to give my heart, and I've been holding on to it all this time. Leo has not given their heart to anybody in a long time. We got a sea turtle. Sea turtles are long-lived. I don't know if somebody swum with the turtles as well. And I will say something about like, like almost like patchwork of a turtle shell could be something that our Leo likes. almost like patchwork quilt type stuff. I don't know, we keep seeing like little images of patterns, right? You know, lines, pyramids, stacked layers. Now I'm thinking patchwork, but everything has like lines around it. I don't know if that like grid patterns or something. Maybe this Leo, or maybe they work. I could picture somebody as a bus driver right now, but they work in grids. They work in lines. There's a reason that they have to keep things, you know, in the correct columns or the correct squares or the correct, whether it's driving within lines on the road or whether it's like, this is my area or this is the category that this is my material that I work with. It's something about that. Like, and Leo is very clear. I'm ready to date somebody for the long term, for marriage. I'm not looking for just somebody to short term keep me warm during the winter. I'm actually at a point where somebody's moving in with me. And I do feel like this is Leo cleaning out like a dresser, a drawer, a part of the closet. But they think they're just doing it to like clean stuff out, but they're actually making space for the person that's going to be moving in with them. We have got the Hanged Man and the Ten of Swords. Whomever this person is, and they could be a masculine, they could be a Pisces, could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. They are just now ending some other chapter of their life. They are going to be single. They're going to be fully like body, mind, and spirit done with something in their life. Something that, oh man, it went on and on and on, and it's over now. This is somebody who is uprooted. They could be new to the area. They could be somebody, let me just ask, does Leo know anything about this person? We have a Six of Wands. If anything, I would just say Leo is like, I'll find out all about this person. I do think that this is somebody that automatically makes Leo very happy. This person is somebody that either Leo will have an immediate good impression of, or know that this person is a successful individual, even if they've gone through like a huge upheaval in their life. Does Leo know this person? Page of Swords. Leo does know this person. If not super up close and personal, either Leo spied on them or they've spied on Leo. There is some connection here that has existed already. This is not a perfect stranger, but nor is this somebody that Leo has already, had huggies and kissies with before. But this is a person that Leo ends up marrying. That's who Leo's prepping to welcome in. What are the symbols that the universe is showing to Leo right now? Those two guides coming in. What are the symbols? We have the Lovers again, and we have the Seven of Swords upright. It's funny because it's like, I almost feel with the imagery that it's just seeming so similar, with the birds nesting and the swans here and the cranes here, and, seeing the Lovers card twice. The messages coming in could be Leo could be wanting to like watch romance movies. They could be also like, funnily enough, saying, I don't even like romance movies, yet they keep gravitating toward them. And it's like, but I don't like these. And it's like, but why do I see this everywhere when it's not even what I like? There's also something about, I don't know if Leo is so weird and specific, but if Leo is going to be like, I'm picturing in like a mall that has like columns, or like a shopping center or a business that has like some, pillars, like support pillars that help hold up the ceiling, or even like a display rack or something. And it's as if they see like a full grown person, like, hiding behind it, and it's like goofy, and it's like Leo just observes like some goofy little game going on. There's something here about like seeing some little things keep showing up where it's like, you're hiding from what you want. Those are the symbols that keep knocking at the edge of Leo's mind. And it's kind of the universe saying, you can say all day that you don't really want a partner, or that's not what you're preparing for, but you deep down, that you are. This is a Leo who is ready to welcome in love. We've got that Ace of Cups. This Leo has a cup so full of love. This Leo is very whole. They have a ton to offer because they've already filled their own cup. basically, I think this Leo, if they really checked in deep down with themselves and said, am I content with my life? I mean, it doesn't mean that we aren't still struggling to make money and that there's not, changes still ahead and that we don't have things on our mind. But at a baseline, am I content with who I am? And I think this Leo would answer, yeah. Actually, I feel like I've grown a great deal. I feel like I have reached a level that I'm quite comfortable at. Doesn't mean I won't keep, adding more knowledge, but I don't feel like, oh my God, I have no foundation under me. I don't know who I am. This is not a Leo going through any form of like identity crisis. This is somebody who's like, actually, there's a lot of things that I can rely on. Even if life changes, I kind of got the chops to roll with it. I don't really doubt my talents. I have a lot going for me. I'm a very happy, well-adjusted to my life kind of character. Yeah, I do. I love my life. That's probably why Leo is ready for a true partner now. It might also explain why Leo's like, but I'd like somebody to move in with me because I actually really do love where I'm at. It doesn't mean Leo wouldn't be, willing to like and open to change, but it says this person, Leo has energetically opened up the gateway and they have said, universe, I'm happy. And the universe said, excellent. So you're ready for companionship because you have an overflow of abundance to share. And Leo's like subconsciously saying, yeah, I guess that was the contract I made with the universe, huh? Once I've settled out things that I needed to, then I can share with somebody else. I want to share with someone else. It's perfect because the individual that is coming into Leo's world, they have gone through a massive ending. So they're at a rebuilding phase, which to me, this is great because Leo seems to be, not that Leo has to lead the way in this relationship, but it says Leo perhaps loves right where they are and just wants to kind of overflow and expand where they are. And somebody else is detached from where they used to be and they could build in any direction. So if they step into Leo's world, it is so perfect because, I mean, as long as they want to co-create with Leo, it's like Leo would be bringing in this incredible resource to like add to the vision. And I'm not saying it's like, okay, now Leo just gets to build their vision of their life and this person's going to become this worker bee in Leo's, vision of their life. I don't see it like that at all. I'm saying Leo is on one hand, might give this person like not just a place to land, but a place that feels more like home to them after them being very uprooted. And they're kind of like a fallen angel. I feel like this person has been a bit lost and yet they're very strong. Can we go back to them for just a moment? Is there anything else that we should mention about them? 8 of Wands, 2 of Discs. It is like, beam me home, Scotty. It is like they are looking, they're open. They could go anywhere in the world right now. And they are coming into Leo's world very bright. I mean, here's the sun, right? They need a place to call home. They need a person to call theirs. This is somebody who is like no holding back either. And it's not because they're like, well, I have no place to go. So if Leo's going to offer me a haven, then I guess I'll hang out here. No. It's like they want something that actually like feels good to them. And I think they're going to be pretty on fire for Leo. I feel like this is so perfect. Like they are going to be this perfect matchup. They could be very artistic, very colorful. They're a combination of somebody who's gone through something difficult, but still has this really great persona, nice personality, funny. I feel like they are somebody who's very colorful. They kind of roll with stuff in life, but man, when they see a good thing, they know what a good thing is because this person knows all about difficulties as well. With that 9 of Swords, I don't know if they have been places with a lot of wind. I'm actually picturing somebody who's been on the top of like an aircraft carrier, or maybe they've, spent time like around, I'm looking more like at propellers of planes and such, more so than, solar power, although there could be a wind farm somewhere nearby Leo when they meet this person, or that's a symbol. But I'm picturing more like wind, like buffeting them, maybe something to do with an airport. But this person wants to be grounded. They want to land the plane, so to speak. They are hungry for a home. They are hungry for somebody to come home to. I think that's the other reason they'll be so great, because they want to invest, they want to put down roots, they want to like eat meals at home with Leo. They want to have a person by their side. They've been missing that. So I'm just going to say, like, true companionship is what they're all about. I picture this person may wear some kind of a like a gold chain or something, or I know it's significant though. Maybe it's like a dog tag, or maybe a medical bracelet or something. I don't know, but they may have like a food allergy or something. They may have some things that they don't do so well, and they got to be mindful of also. Um, but and Leo, I don't know if Leo has like either a feather in their hair, or like a one like little braid, or if they're wearing like dangling earrings, or if they have a taste for that. It's just there's something here that makes me think of dangling earrings. Everything here says Leo is ready for their true partner, and their true partner, especially during this full moon, what's being realized is, at least from the subconscious, is that I am ready. It doesn't mean that this happens today. It doesn't mean that it happens instantaneously. But, sometimes when we start to recognize what we actually want in life, that's when we start to kind of like operate in this joyful way where it's like, oh, I like this idea. I could totally welcome that in. And then we're more like open to it if we come across it and it's on our radar now. So that could be why this starts to come in for Leo. Do we have a final message about timing on this for Leo? 10 of Cups. We have got like the approach is already here. It actually looks like Leo may wind up approaching them purely by like coincidence, but they'll be in the same time, same place. There could be an event happening in like a public setting, public square, town center, walk through the park. This could be, holiday display of something. And it's like, oh, I'm going to go down to the park, going to go downtown, going to go see the whatever, the lighting of the Christmas lotus, or, something. And Leo could walk up to this person. It is someone that they have a reference point for. Leo and this person could both have a child from a previous connection, or maybe this is they both have a pet. I'm sorry, I don't mean to liken a child to a pet, but this could mean anything. It could be anything. I'm just saying that they both have someone near them, and I don't know what that is. But something that they care for, care about. But I feel like Leo bumps into this person, and it's like, oh wow, that's them. There is some knowledge of these two, like they've been on each other's minds, or Leo has had a little thought about them. They may be recently divorced, but I feel like things kind of take off from there. But it looks like it's coming up soon, or within 10 days. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.